In this video, we're going to look at the market overall. There's 512 stocks in the stock market between the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, the QQQs, and the S&P 500. So what I'm doing is I'm giving them a trend score on all those stocks, 0 to 1, 75% of them are 0 to 1. That is very bad. That's giving us why we're getting a bearish market condition with only 8.98% at 4 to 5 trend score. Fully aligned to 7.81%. To get a score of 5, you have to be above all of these moving averages, the 13, 21, 34, 63, and 189. If you were below one of them, then you would get a score of 4. If you're below two of them, you get a score of 3, and then so forth. To be fully aligned, the price has to be above the 21, 34, 63, and 189, and they all have to be in the correct order. The price does not have to be above the 13 EMA. That's how I'm doing this. And that's how we score it. We're going to look at relative strength, the top 50 stocks that have outperformed the market over the last 90 days. Then we'll look at the top 10 leaders, and the top 10 leaders are stocks that have relative strength, but also have a trend score of 5 and are fully aligned. And we'll chart the top 10 leaders here, and we'll look at each stock. So first I'll go to the relative strength tab, and we'll look. The reason I have 34 EMA on that first tab here that you see here is because that's a Fibonacci level. When we break the 21 EMA, we often will hold the 34. So these are the top 50 stocks over the last 3 months. We have the relative strength in this column here, then trend score, then alignment, 21 EMA, 21 EMA distance percentage, and then price. And I'll just go through these so you can put them on your watch list if you choose to. These are the top 50 over the last 90 days or 3 months, 91 days. Just go back up and down one more time. You can pause the video here and take a look at these. And then the top 10 leaders will be SNDK is the top one. It's outperformed by 210.88% over the last 3 months. And then LYB, WDC, CIEN, CF, APA, DOW, Oxy, VLO, and STX. And we'll start by charting STX, the very first one, the one that's the last, number 10 out of the leaders. And on the chart, I have the 13, 21, and 34 EMA plotted. Over here on the left, I have the percentage that they are from each moving average. Whether they're fully aligned or not, this is where I want to buy it, less than 1.5% from the 21 EMA. So I'm looking for it to pull back. And during market days, these often pull back tight to their 21 EMAs, and then they might close well above them. So 1.50% above the 21 EMA would be 402.94. At market cap, I have the relative strength coil, whether it's a hold or a buy. So we're looking for compression. We want to buy stocks before they break out, not after they break out. So we're looking, what coil tells us is when institutions are quietly accumulating. Support, resistance, we want to buy under resistance for the breakout. And then ATR 1.5 times our ATR, and then our ATR 1.5 times the stop loss percentage on 1.5 times, and what that stop loss dollar amount would be. Those are just ideas, not recommendations. And then this is the most recent day, and going backwards in time, going down the list here to whether this was fully aligned or out of alignment. So OOA is out of alignment and FA is fully aligned. So we can see this has been in a long-term uptrend. We're at 1.38. So this is a stock that's mature in its uptrend, and we are getting some contraction here, but it's not quite tight enough yet for me anyway, but it may be for you. And it's a little extended from its 21 EMA at 3.59%. So the next one we'll look at here will be VLO. And same thing, we get a hold. We're also at relative strength 1.4. It's 226.72 would be 1.5% above its 21 EMA. And right now we are 4.26% above, or excuse me, 7.38% above it at 239.86. It is fully aligned with a trend score of 5. This is in an uptrend. So I wouldn't argue against anyone buying stocks in an uptrend. You're going to do much better buying these stocks. You can see how the 13, the 21, the 34 are smoothly trending up with the price well above it. Any pullback to that 13, it seems to bounce off it, and especially the 34. You'll see right here, it broke out and then it pulled back, but it held that 34 EMA, which is this green line here. It's been in full alignment for quite some time. The next one we will look at will be Oxy and then Dow. So also a mature stock at 1.43 relative strength. 5586 is 1.50% from the 21 EMA. Right now we're 10% from the 21 EMA, so it's a very extended. This isn't a place that I would buy it personally, but it's I would look for pullbacks. You can see this is a very strong stock that's pretty much holding its 13 EMA, and when it breaks, it holds its 21, and it's been in this uptrend since about January, right at the beginning of the year. And the next one, I believe, was what, Dow? Yep, we'll look at Dow now. And today is Saturday, March 21st. So these prices are based on the close of March 20th, Friday, March 20th. 1.34 relative strength. Our coil is still a hold. 3490 for the EMA, but we are 6.60% above the EMA, 21 EMA at 3665. Our full alignment only started about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, about 15 days ago. We went into full alignment. We are, you can see our moving averages are all in the right order and they're smoothly moving up. And even when they pull back and the price pulls back here, but the moving averages stayed in the correct order and went back into our uptrend. Next one will be APA and then CF. So APA is in a smooth uptrend hold. This is very strong, 1.72 relative strength. This can get a max score of 2. The relative strength oscillates between 0 and 2. So you want to buy stocks when they're above 1. When they get up near that 2 level, they're starting to get pretty extended. It's also very extended off the 21 EMA at 17.37% or 73%. So this is one I would definitely wait for a pullback on. I would not be buying it this extended personally, but to each their own. The next one we look at CF and then CN. So CF is also in an uptrend, 1.43 relative strength, but a hold on our coil, 8.90% above its 21 EMA. So all these stocks are extended, so we're looking for pullbacks here, but their idea is to put on your watch list. You want to be buying leaders when they pull back tight to their moving averages and when they start to compress. It's been in an uptrend for 25 days here probably. If we go over here actually to the 32, 33, we have two header rows, so it's 31 days. It's been in fully aligned and in an uptrend, CF Industries. Next one is Sienna and then WDC. So Sienna. Also very strong at 1.79%, 11% above its 21 EMA. Compression is still a hold. In a smooth uptrend, you can see we broke out here and we kind of just been trending up and smoothly up for a long period here. It's gone out of alignment a couple times, but it goes right back into full alignment. The next one will be WDC. So we have 1.53 relative strength. We're at a hold for our compression. So all the stocks so far have been a hold for compression. We're looking for these to tighten up and trade sideways for institutions to kind of just be accumulating quietly. We have 4.53% from the 21 EMA. You could always just buy the pullbacks if you didn't want to wait for compression, but you get more asymmetrical upside, in my opinion, if you wait for those tight compressions. We've mostly been in full alignment. When we've gone out of alignment, it's been not for long, and then right back into full alignment. So this is a very strong stock with a trend score of 5 and everything in the right order. So the next one will be LYB and then SNDK. And this isn't an opinion. These are all based on math. It's not anything that this is all mathematical. Okay, so it's not, these are not my opinions. We've actually just went into full alignment after being out of alignment for a while, for the last about 6 days here. This is in a strong uptrend, but we are 10.15% above the 21 EMA, 1.44 relative strength with a hold. But you can see this is in a nice uptrend, but I would wait for pullbacks. And then the last one we're going to look at is SNDK. We will get the price, but I will not get the moving averages, and that's because of so I'm running an app script to get the moving averages over here. But over for the chart, I am calculating the moving averages on the right. So we will not get a chart price here, but you will see the moving averages on the left for SNDK until I get the stock has enough price data for me to get the EMAs. Right now it does not. So SNDK. Which also won't give us relative strength because I'm calculating that off of the EMAs that I'm charting over there, and it will not give us our alignment on the right here. But we are fully aligned here, so we just don't get the pass. So currently we're fully aligned with a trend score of 5. We're 8% above the 21 EMA. Everything's in order. We do get a compression score that is hold for our coil score. Compression is what we're looking at. I call it I just named it a coil score, but it's a compression percentage that we use on stock price action. And then this would be your stop loss if you took this trade. But I would definitely at least wait for this to fall back to the 13 EMA or even the 21 EMA. And the last line of defense for me is usually the 34 EMA. Some people may use the 63. I do want to see the 63 in an uptrend, but if a stock breaks the 34, that's usually the last straw. To get to 1.5% from the 21 EMA is 662.09. Nothing in here is a recommendation. This is just information. I hope that video was helpful. If it was, consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and thank you for watching.